Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Cosmic Starseed Academy. Today's date is the 4th of January 2025, and it is around 7:40 p.m. here in Ireland. And just also wanted to wish everyone a happy Christmas and a happy New Year, even though it's gone. And I hope everyone's doing really well. And what else do I need to say? I have some workshops coming up and events with Julia Ankerhaven in Cork, Ireland. So if you would like to check those out, some of them are online and some of them are in person. If you'd like to check those out, you can go to my Substack, Soma Ara. If you would like a reading, you can also go to my Substack, Soma Ara, or my website, which is somaara.love. Okay, so I'm just going to mute a couple of people. I'm going to mute Michael and Rob. Yeah. Okay. So, and I'm going to put my camera off while Dennis does the prayers.
Hello, all. These are some simple prayers or mantras. First is called the Law of One prayer. It is a short prayer and I will repeat it 3 times. We are all one. When one is harmed, all are harmed. When one is helped, all are helped. Therefore, in the name of who I am, and I am one with all there is, I ask for the greatest good of all here concerned. I give thanks this is done. It is so. And again, we are all one. When one is harmed, all are harmed. When one is helped, all are helped. Therefore, in the name of who I am, and I am one with all there is, I ask for the greatest good of all here concerned. I give thanks this is done, it is so. The 3rd time, we are all one. When one is harmed, all are harmed. When one is helped, all are helped. Therefore, in the name of who I am, and I am one with all there is, I ask for the greatest good of all here concerned. I give thanks this is done, it is so. Thank you. And I will share the I am mantra, which is shared by Blessed Goodchild. There's just 4 lines in it, and I will repeat it. I am the light. I am the love. I am the truth. I am. I am the light. I am the love. I am the truth. I am. I am the light. I am the love. I am the truth. I am. Thank you.
Thank you. Before we begin, Dennis, is there anything else you'd like to share?
No, all is good.
Okay. We good evening. We have been observing and interacting with so many of you. There are events to come, situations in 2025. We've often said recently that the 6 months of 2025 is important, as is April, May, and June, which is the 6 months. We've also previously said many times since 2019 that the behavior of many animals and many wild animals will become strange and unusual. And this has started to occur in many of your different countries, including Australia, which will be separately in a separate situation, will be in your media in 2025. Australia will be in your media in 2025, and the 7th month is also important. As is September. There will be many events in 2025 that will seem sporadic and unconnected, but actually they will be very connected and different aspects of the same thing. We've often spoken of ascension and many different aspects of it, because there are numerous aspects to ascension. Many different pets and wild animals will be shown on your media as acting with unusual behavior. And some of these events in different places and different countries around your planet will be, some of these events, some of these behaviors, some of these animals will be shown on mainstream media in 2025. This actually, thank you. This actually is more important and a bigger occurrence. Thank you. A bigger occurrence than Soma was realizing, where actually what is happening is all of the animals and wildlife, including the plants, we include the plants in this, but that will be less known because they are not physical in the sense of you won't see their behavior patterns. But actually what is occurring is that all of the animals in terms of groups, will begin to behave erratically, and many will go unnoticed. Only some will be seen and will be seen and recorded. But actually, it will happen to every single animal, pet, and wild. In every place, in every country. This is interference. This is not really a natural pattern or a natural it is interference and infiltration, interference, although not directly, but it is interference due to particles and substances and toxins that are to come still in your atmosphere, in your skies, in your environments, that is being escalated, So there are more negative agenda situations to occur, both in your skies, toxins raining down, coming down, even exploding from within the ocean. We are showing Soma an image of devices, devices and things exploding beneath the waves, deep in the ocean. Oh, what is that? Oh, okay. Genetic experiments on various different insects will become much more public. You are accessing more DNA codes, and we will give more specific information. We've said this previously to you and to Soma, that will be giving specific DNA codes for starseeds this year. But it is a process. It is an unfolding of information, downloads and transmissions as she progresses in her work. No. Oh. Now would be a good time for questions.
I know we've all been very curious about this worldwide fog phenomenon. Much of it where people are going into it, they're getting sick. They're having respiratory issues. They're showing it in the dark with bright lights shining on it. It's obvious it's not a natural fog or mist. It looks like it's got a lot of particulate matter. People are collecting clumps of it, like in the snow. The snow's not melting. It's going into their pools in their backyard, and it's creating a funny foam on the surface of the pools. Can you speak to what this so-called fog is and who is spraying it, if anyone?
This is an advanced, let us call it technology that is being released. An advancement on, let us say, chemtrails, an advancement of cloud seeding or geoengineering, an advancement of toxic substances that is being released. Oh, we would say that there is a connection with some of the objects that have been seen, but also a releasement of, oh, that's interesting, a releasement of toxic chemicals and substances from planes, which is also, there have been reportedly planes that have had accidents, which is not a natural occurrence. These planes have had, thank you, had interference, although perhaps not been directly targeted, but the equipment has ceased due to for want of a better word, let us call it nanotechnology that is being sprayed in your skies, that is affecting equipment on planes, although not, perhaps not intentionally. Oh, some of this nanotechnology is not just raining down directly, but rather going up and circulating and blending, and breeding is the wrong word, but well, perhaps it's the wrong word. But thank you, joining forces with other particles and expanding in technology advancements in a negative way. So nanotechnology is being sprayed and going up and circulating, and rather than just raining down directly, because then it would be more obvious to many of you that this is happening. So rather, what is happening is nanotechnology has developed technology wise and going up and doing circulating and taking its time to make its way down to your Earth's surface. Thank you. Taking its time to make its way down to your Earth's surface. So these are advancements in nanotechnology. There will be areas where the sea, the ocean is exposed. There will be large areas on large mass areas on your planet in 2025 and 26, and maybe going on from there as well consecutively, where the ocean, the sea is exposed. We don't really want to go into any negative predictions, thank you, at this time. But we are assisting, and we have there's been many situations on your planet, many events, many occurrences where we and others like us have curtailed and intervened with situations that were meant to be much more, thank you, devastating. And we have intervened and made them less so. Things to do with, and humanity has helped in assisting this, things to do with your weather being weaponized and other so-called natural disasters, where we have lessened the, thank you, where we have lessened the negative impact sufficiently so that the devastation is largely minimized. And this thank you, there have been hundreds of not just channelers, but also psychics and mediums that have predicted negative situations that they originally saw as being extremely negative. Many psychics, mediums, and channelers particularly over the last 3, 4, 5 years since 2019, that have where the devastation has been minimized, and the people reporting this or these predictions have not seen they have seen more devastation than has actually occurred because of our positive stepping in to curtail and minimize situations. We kind of veered off your question there.
Well, I mean, you definitely are speaking to it, because it sounds like as it goes in our atmosphere, it's not only affecting humans, but it's also affecting the animals, the wildlife. Can you please speak to the health effects? There's video of people just walking in there complaining about breathing issues, but it doesn't seem, thankfully, that anyone's dying of this. Can you speak to what is the purpose of this fog to make people kind of sick, but not really, or it was meant to be much worse, but it's been negated?
There will be cures and vaccines and remedies for these. And you are correct in saying the chest area, like a mucus, a green mucus, a green brown mucus, will begin to become evident with people with respiratory problems, that will come up, and green, brown, black. Thank you. Green. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good at all. Um, let us say that we've already said that nanotechnology has advanced technically, and that we are specifically showing Soma an image of that and what that looks like. She does not really want to go into that now. But things are contained within the minutest of nanotechnology. Which is an advancement in a negative way. So okay, hold on. So with humans, everything, thank you, everything that has been and is and will be sprayed in your skies that is toxic or chemical or poison, that is in your air and your soil and your water, all is, let us call it technology to affect humanity in a negative way. Not just humanity, but this will affect also animals. And this is why you will see, thank you, will see some of the behavior changes in animals and wild animals and pets. This includes the oceans as well. There is what Soma will say is there is advancements in what she knows as black goo, that have been released. Oh, it sounds very simple, but something that could possibly help. Against some form of very basic protection is umbrellas, whether it is raining or not. Some form of very basic shielding.
Do chem towers or chem buster organite pyramid type towers, are they effective at all in dispersing any of this stuff?
Oh, thank you. We would say yes, most especially copper. when blended with, when in the central, when placed in the center of other objects or other devices.
Can you explain to us, just like, you got copper, it's sandwiched with all these other devices, resin, other semi-precious and precious metals and things like that. How does like a tower of copper and these materials sitting on somebody's front lawn affect an area around them?
Because the negative technology being used is repelled, repelled by the copper. Like magnets are repelled at a certain distance. The copper purifies the air.
So it's not just repelling; it actually also purifies and neutralizes as well.
Well, we would say that it repels negative particles, thereby purifying.
But it doesn't do anything to transmute any of those particles themselves. It more repels them.
Let us take Soma deeper. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So Soma is saying it in that way because it feels so important. What we are saying is that the copper is pulling up energy from the earth. And it is the energy from the earth that is really activating or working in conjunction with the copper that is purifying the air. So let us explain that again. So the copper is pushing away or repelling the negative technology or nanotechnology or particles or toxins or chemicals or poisons. So the copper is repelling those, and the energy coming from the earth, the copper is tuning in, is pulling up. The copper is, let us say it in two ways. So the copper is pulling up the energy from the earth, or the energy from the earth is drawn to the copper. Either way, the energy is coming up to the copper is drawing the energy up. So there are two aspects happening there.
Are there any long-term health effects that we should be concerned about, and then anything we should do to negate these negative health effects? I mean, black, green, and brown phlegm doesn't sound very good.
Let us just add a few points there before we move on to the question you just asked, which Soma didn't really hear because she was focusing on previous information, some previous information that we've shown her recently over the last 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days regarding the pyramids in Egypt. And what we were showing her previously is that the pyramids would have had, when copper is run through the pyramids, from the earth right through the pyramid up to the top, up to even extending, thank you, even extending out of the top of pyramids and sound was also used, and water was purified. So we were working with more advanced, very using basic tools in an advanced way. We were just recently, and we've let us add here that we've previously shown Soma and not really gone into detail with it, but we will. So we've previously shown her the top of the pyramids in Egypt, and we've shown her like a ball of electric blue energy that is pulsating. And we will no doubt give more information to come. We don't want to put a date or prediction on when this transmission or download will be, but we have shown her this previously, where there's energy coming from the top of the pyramid. And this ball of energy is in the air above the pyramid, not resting on top of it. This is a ball of blue, electric blue energy is pulsating and is a power source. Thank you. And the copper and the copper is producing this. The other image that we were showing her just now is of the chickens worldwide being affected by toxins, poisons, chemicals, nanotechnology, a virus spread, and that is still to come. It may have more likely already begun in very small quantities or outbreaks or cases, but there is a vast number to come that will affect the food industry deliberately to steer humanity towards alternative products of chicken, which have been grown in laboratories for quite some time, and this is now coming into a more public domain, as well as other meat replacement products. Okay. Please repeat the question for Soma.
Yeah, I was going to ask about how to counteract any negative health effects of inhaling this fog, or maybe eating any of these the injectable technology they're putting into the animals that people are now eating. Like, I guess first of all, how serious are the health effects, and then how do we counter negative health effects?
Thank you. Look to alternative natural remedies, organic herbs, parasite cleansings. Alcohol is good for this, as it is an
You know, like as an antiseptic to wipe down surfaces.
That is good, but more internally. So to take it as to ingest it as a natural remedy to cleanse the body. Various different peppers will help, such as black pepper, and salt. Anything that is antibacterial, such as eucalyptus and sandalwood and tea tree oil on surfaces, uh, olive leaf extract, thank you, eucalyptus, also internally, not the oil, but the let us say juice or bark or leaves and natural remedies. Thank you. Kelp is good, and the ocean is and black seaweed. Soma hasn't heard of black seaweed before, but black seaweed to ingest, and also apricot seeds. Apricot seeds, or the kernel of the seed. Apricots. Magnesium is good. Iodine is good.
So almost these are all like detoxifying compounds, a lot of natural compounds that are good for the lungs. But they're all under the naturalistic categories, which happily enough sounds like it helps to counter some of the nanotech stuff. And apricot seeds, I believe, contain laetrile, which may also have like a known anti-carcinogenic property.
There are other tablets you can buy that have several natural remedies contained within them. So these can also be more useful than taking one single substance that is a natural. But we but not all, thank you. But not all products are created equally. So always when you're working with or looking to purchase products, always look for the best ingredients.
It's kind of a selfish question here. I'm in northern Nevada, and we
There's no
don't seem
such thing as a selfish question.
well, thank you. We have a self-centered then question. We seem to be here in northern Nevada, and we seem to be seeing less, or maybe even none, of this fog that so many other people are seeing, especially on the coastlines of the U.S. and other parts of the world. Is it that they're focusing on certain areas more than others?
Yes. It is interesting, isn't it? That whenever you see these clouds let us use clouds in the sky as a good example. Whenever you see these clouds in the sky, they are normally above land. You will rarely see them, those same clouds forming above oceans. And the reason for that is that the humanity is on land. Humanity does not live out at sea. Therefore, that is why you see the cloud formations above land. This is the way that thank you, that what would you call them? Thank you. The way that the negative agenda works is that they cannot cover the earth completely all at the same time. So they choose, because it would be ridiculous for them to do so. Because en masse, you would wake up, which would actually be detrimental to yourselves to do that, for the level of humanity to wake up in an instant would be explosive. It would cause you, we've used this example many times before, it would cause you to frazzle and burn out. So, and that is not the reason that the negative agenda cannot do that or instigate those circumstances and events and situations all at once, but rather they hold back from doing that and choose deliberately certain countries, areas, places that they can focus on. Often these have crystals and minerals, or other places with benefits, other areas that has resources.
Are these the same groups who are laying down or spraying all the chemtrails in using airplanes and drones above us? Are they then using like land-based fog and mist generators and ship-based generators so it's more surface level?
Sorry, please repeat the question.
Yeah, just like how traditionally we've always had these chemtrails being sprayed in the skies above us. Is this nano fog stuff, is this being sprayed more at the surface level instead of being sprayed out of airplanes? Like, do they have some kind of fog machines that they're activating in different places around the world? Are these on ships? I'm taking it they're land-based somehow? Or like UFOs and craft spraying this, and it's just something we haven't seen before?
We would um Well, we're showing Soma an image of technology being released, nanotechnology, and going up. Oh, okay, thank you. Different types of technology that is minute, different types that are going up into the atmosphere rather than just raining down, they are going up and circulating and intermingling and interbreeding and so you have part A and part B, and when they join, so you have two separate not substance, but you have two different technology that are going up, that are being released, that are going up and joining and becoming one. That these technologies are different parts that are needed, and they are going up into your atmosphere and coming back down slowly, which is why it's taken some time since you've seen some of these fog or this is a process that was designed to take its time rather than chemtrails, which are more instantaneously occurring. This is a more gradual process of thank you, a more gradual process occurring so as not to become, and we are choosing our words very carefully. This is a more natural, seemingly more natural, not let us exclude the word natural. This is a process that is designed to take its time so that it is not as obvious what is occurring. Whereas you can look at chemtrails and you can see them occurring in real time.
Are these like human I'm sorry.
These technologies that we are describing are not only used to cause weather situations and weather patterns, but they are used to become, okay, thank you, used to become embedded into the earth, the soil, to recreate, not recreate, but to create, or if let us take out the word create and recreate. They are used to affect the soil in a negative way, so that, oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So you will, and then this is very important what we are explaining. And so it's just realizing, because we are connecting the dots. So you will start to see around your earth where the soil has been contaminated in a very visible way. You can see that something is growing. and this will spread and spread and spread and spread. This is like it grows out. It's planted and it grows or falls and grows out. It spreads. It spreads like wildfire spreads. This is done to affect your food produce. This is done to affect your food produce. This will be hard to get rid of. Because it will keep coming back. So this is an event that will escalate and grow rapidly. There are solutions. As always, there are always solutions. One of the ways is to grow underground, is to grow below this toxin. Let us call it toxin, is to grow below this toxin, because this toxin will not really go down into the earth. It will rather cover the topsoil. So one of the ways would be to grow underneath. Oh, let us pause there and let us pause there and take a break.